Understanding the difference between contracts and agreements can save you from serious legal headaches. While these terms are often used interchangeably, they have distinct legal meanings that can significantly impact your rights and obligations. At their core, all contracts are agreements, but not all agreements qualify as contracts. This distinction matters because contracts are legally enforceable, while many agreements are not. An agreement is simply an understanding or arrangement between two or more parties. It can be informal, like agreeing to meet a friend for dinner, or more structured, like a memorandum of understanding between organizations. What makes agreements different is that they often lack the legal elements required for enforcement in court. Contracts, on the other hand, must contain specific elements to be legally binding. First, there must be an offer made by one party and acceptance of that exact offer by another. Both parties must give their mutual consent freely without force or coercion. Consideration is another critical element. Something of value must be exchanged between the parties. This could be money, goods, or services. If only one party provides something of value, that's a gift, not a contract. All parties must be competent to enter the agreement. This means they cannot be minors or individuals who lack the capacity to understand what they're agreeing to. Finally, the contract must have a legal purpose. It cannot involve illegal activities. To illustrate the difference, consider two scenarios. If you agree to meet a friend for dinner and they don't show up, you have no legal recourse because it was a simple agreement. However, if a parent signs a document agreeing to pay their child's debt, that creates an enforceable contract because it meets all the necessary criteria. Service agreements represent a specific type of contract focused on the provision of services. These documents outline the scope of work, payment terms, deadlines, and responsibilities of each party. Though called agreements, they typically contain all elements needed to function as legally binding contracts. If you want to strengthen an agreement into an enforceable contract, several steps can help. Put the agreement in writing, even though verbal contracts can be valid in many cases. Clearly define all terms, including expectations, duties, payment details, and timelines. Use precise legal language that reflects your intent to create binding obligations. Ensure all parties review and understand the terms, then have everyone sign the document. Relying on non-binding agreements carries significant risks. Without a proper contract, you may lack legal protection in disputes, face miscommunication about duties, struggle to prove breach or damages in court, and have no recourse if the other party fails to perform. Different situations call for different approaches. Informal arrangements between friends, preliminary business discussions, and memoranda of understanding often work well as simple agreements. But for employment relationships, vendor services, sales transactions, and construction projects, formal contracts provide necessary protection. Two factors are particularly important in distinguishing contracts from agreements: intent to create legal relations and consideration. Social arrangements typically lack legal intent and remain unenforceable. Similarly, if one party offers something without receiving anything in return, courts may view this as a gift rather than a contract. The key differences between contracts and agreements come down to formality, enforceability, legal obligations, and remedies available when things go wrong. Contracts require specific elements and create legally binding duties, while agreements may lack these features. While written documentation is not always required for a valid contract, having terms in writing provides stronger evidence and protection. This becomes especially important when significant resources or complex obligations are involved. Understanding these distinctions helps you make informed decisions about when to use each type of arrangement and how to protect your interests. Whether in business or personal matters, knowing when to formalize an agreement into a contract can save considerable trouble down the road.